Real quick. Hello, my name is Joel Rivas. I made this account to document the growth of a person I will make in the future, or as I progress in what I plan on doing. Right now, I have no clue or any idea of what I want to do in life. And as of recently, I've began reading books like The Psychology of Money and Think and Grow Rich, but I feel like nothing has connected with me enough that I know what I want to do in the future. Lately, I've just been trying to read as many books and master myself. Like, I've set limits on my phone. I've made a task for me to read a book a week. I've been trying to sleep earlier. I've been maintaining a good and healthy school and outside gym life, but nothing feels right. I know as a young kid, I'm 17, it's not needed to know what to do in life, but I feel like it's great to document my growth and maybe even just my thoughts and how I feel at the moment. I was raised by an immigrant mother, and she's the hardest worker I've ever met besides my dad. She's came from nothing and created a business that's worth probably over $1 million right now. It may not be a lot to some people, but to her and to me, it's probably the biggest accomplishment and biggest pride, or the most prideful thing I have for being her son. She's just the best person when it comes to hardworking mentality, and I believe I've taken over from her in that aspect. But I really want to learn what I need to do to grow as a person, and I created this channel for that exact reason. I plan to just document my life and maybe daily uploads to sorry, I'm having a blank, to talk about how I'm feeling and maybe the improvements in life that I've began to see. I have a book. I heard a quote. It's like, over time, as long as you get 1% better in 365 days, you're going to be 365% better than you were the day you started. And that's actually stuck to me because it really shows that even if progress might not show now, in the future, it will be bound to show. I'm not really sure what else to say. I just wanted to say and document what I plan on doing in the future. One of the books that I'm going to begin reading is 0 to 1. I've seen a lot of videos and people talk about how important it is to read, and I've been reading so much lately, and I have actually found some connection to it. And I don't feel like my time is going to waste when I read, because maybe a few weeks ago I was stuck in my room playing Fortnite or any other game for hours at a time, and I just began to think to myself, what could I possibly be doing with this time that isn't playing video games? I felt nothing from playing besides frustration and the stress of feeling like I'm a disappointment. Even though I'm only 17 years old, it's great to have the mindset of maybe becoming more in the future, and that's how I've been thinking recently. And I don't think this is a phase, because I've stuck to this plan for maybe 2 weeks, and I hope I continue to, but I've stuck to learning and creating time in my day on a daily basis to make sure I have time to do things and grow as a person. I plan on reading at least a financial book every single week, and at night I read something like The 48 Laws of Power to help me grow as a person. I just wanted to create this channel, not even for an audience, but just for myself, to see how I can grow over time. I've been writing a lot in my notebook about all the aspirations and all the notes on the books that I've read. and I feel like it's a great way to express how I feel, and um, and to look back in the future for me to um, understand further information. Let's say uh, I began. I created a custodial account with my mother, and we looked into having for me to start investing. Or I mean, I looked into me starting investing. I kind of just asked her to help me create the custodial account, and I find it's very I'm very grateful to my mother about everything she's ever done for me. Grateful for my dad, my family, everything they've done. But that's what urges me so much, because I don't want to be somebody who's complacent and stuck at doing nothing. Even college, like college is such an expensive expense that having something now could change the route of my future, whether it be I find a small side hustle so that in the future I could possibly pay for a large amount of my college tuition, or maybe even I find something now so that I could build my future on what I find. Maybe I find something that I could build a business on. I think I began thinking like that. I've watched a lot of videos on Robert Greene. He's the way he thinks is like no other. Like I genuinely connect to what he says, and I feel like he has so much knowledge, and I look up to people with so much knowledge because they're the ones who teach you the most. And whether it be if they're rich or not, their information that you may get from them is so inspiring and like good to see. Okay. I have a 9 to 5 job. It's I work at Quick Check. I get around $200 a week because I work 16 to 20 hours weekly. And the way I split that money up is $350 of expenses of that month go to my car. And since I'm only 17 and live under my mom, that's like the only expense I have to pay, God willing. That she obviously doesn't need help at the moment, but when she does, I'll step up. But at this time, since I could take advantage of not having to pay for bills, not needing to take care of anybody, and living under my mom's house and school, since I'm a senior, I'm only going to be in school for around 5 hours. It gives me all this time to think about myself and think about what I want to do in the future, whether it be business, career, becoming an entrepreneur, maybe engineering or computer science, whether it be any of those. I feel like it's needed for me to adapt to the day and age. A lot of AI happening around. I see kids doing videos on cold calling and selling their websites, and it's things like that that really makes you different from everybody else, because a kid might watch this video and think about how embarrassing it might be for me to even post this, but I don't care because I feel like this could be a step to growth. And I heard Robert Greene say that being bold is the best thing you could do. He was talking how he doesn't like Elon Musk, but Elon Musk does such bold things that you have to applaud him for it. And I feel like creating a YouTube channel talking about my mental health and what I want to do to grow as a person is a great way to highlight that boldness. I can't be afraid of posting myself or speaking about my beliefs and what I think in my brain, because when you do that, you're only holding yourself back to society's views, and you just shouldn't do that. I also hope to grow my vocabulary and the way I speak and the manner of how I may present myself. I hope to make money at the end of this process, whether it be a few thousand or a few hundred, anything helps. I'm doing this for the thought of me being able to grow as a person, and I think that's the most important thing. Being able to grow as a person at a young age is so essential, for when you become older. Like me learning this knowledge may not be helpful for me now, but in the future, it might transform my life thinking back to something I might have learned now. But I feel like the first step I want to do is capture, or not even perfect, because nobody could have this perfect, but I want to strengthen my mentality as much as I can so that once I may be able to start a job or have a business, I could use that information in my head to not think brashly and use my money wisely, be financially smart, and not only just smart, but also feel free. The limitations that a job may give you, or the limitations that not having financial knowledge does to you, is so impactful. Like, not knowing how to spend your money and spending it on anything you want is such a bad idea um due to you not having money for the next plan that you want to take, or you not having enough money to put into the business that you want to make. Bars. But I just sorry, I'm going on a tangent, sorry. But I just want to create this account to document my mentality and just my physical well-being and how I've been thinking lately. I just hope that I could do something good in life, and I feel like that's what everybody wants to do, to be successful, to be somebody else can look at as like an idol. And I'm not doing this just for myself, but I also want to do it for my mother, for everything she sacrificed for me. And the first step to doing this is documenting and actually putting yourself into use rather than allowing yourself to be complacent and useless. Useless is the word. Nobody wants to be useless. So for you to prevent that from happening, the first step you have to take is starting anything. Whether this account might blow up, or it might just fix my mental health. I don't know what it could be, but I just pray and hope that it leads me to the right path into whatever I plan on doing in life. And it might be embarrassing if some kids in my school find out that I'm doing this, but realistically, who cares? I probably wouldn't even see them in like the next few years or months. Like, it doesn't matter. Whatever people think of you doesn't matter. You just have to be yourself. That's what's most important. And as long as you do that, you'll be happy in life. Be the person you want to be. And as of recently, I've actually been thinking and relating to this a lot, because what I used to do is I used to have some friends where I used to make fun of because of what they did and like their thoughts and beliefs. But now, as I'm thinking, I should have never done that, because even though it was a joke, it's like what they thought was actually something very productive. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. It's like he was talking about investing in the stock market, and I felt the need to laugh at him, even though that's like the smartest thing you could do at this time and age, because your money could compound. The market might go up. Like, he was doing something that most other kids don't do. And I don't even know why I thought it was okay for me to laugh, because obviously he's doing something right. And I actually look up to him for that. And even though I might not look up to him as a person, I do believe that him taking that step into doing what he did is extremely smart. And I just want to grow as a person and help people around me grow too. So whether this helps encourage somebody to take a step to do something, which I highly doubt it will, because I'm rambling. I think it's important to start something, anything. Just make sure that you're doing something that may positively affect your future or something that you enjoy, whether it be a sport or even if it's whether it's a sport or something productive. Don't spend your time on wasteful things like playing video games or sleeping every single day. Or I mean, obviously you have to sleep, but I mean sleeping all day. Because at that point you're losing your life, and especially at these times of like this time of your age as you're like 17, 15, 16, 18, those years are so, or even if you're in your 20s, I believe those years are so important to create yourself. It's only when you're 30 and above, or maybe it doesn't matter. Your age actually does not matter. Your age does not matter for what you want to do. If you're unsure on what you want to do at any age, just try it out. Do it. Because the worst you could do is fail. And what are you going to do after? It's not like you were doing anything before that. And the possibility of you succeeding, if you actually put your effort into it, is so high. Not enough people think about that. They just think about what if they fail, but what if you don't? That's the stuff you have to think about. You have to think about what happens if I succeed. Obviously have thoughts on the precautions of what you're going to do so you don't financially or even mentally create problems for yourself or cause like some sort of financial instability, and deal with your money smartly. But you have to do the first step in improving your life, and I think that's so important, and that's why I did this. Even though I've spoke a lot about just randomness, I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable about anything yet, but I do have a clue on the person I want to become, and that's a successful one. Somebody who can be looked up on and relied on to do anything. And I think the first step is just reading and documenting, or not, because I'm not sure what I want to do in life. And I just hope I'm ready for when I find my calling, or when I'm ready to do what I believe I should be able to do, or I want to be ready to start something or do something when it's time.